最好对面的不一定开，对面肯定是开。
从那溜开了就没法死。大这个坡的。
Heavy storms recently pummeled northern China, unleashing torrents that triggered brutal flash floods across Shaanxi and Hebei provinces. In Wuqi County, typically calm rivers surged with destructive force as embankments failed, and floodwaters swept through homes, isolating entire neighborhoods. Authorities in Shaanxi confirmed full-scale rescue operations are underway, working to clear debris and evacuate stranded residents. The urgency is compounded by widespread infrastructure damage and treacherous terrain.
家人们，我们龙江涨大水了，现在我们小区这个沿的全部是车摩托车已经没见了，摩托车全部都淹完了。
看那个水涌，都涨到冰河路来了！不要再下雨了啊！我的天！
Rainfall levels soared to catastrophic extremes. Some regions received the equivalent of a year's worth of rain in mere hours. In Baoding, over 448 millimeters of rain fell in just 24 hours, surpassing the city's typical annual average.
知道几辆来吗？八柱的。
More than 19,000 residents in Baoding were moved into emergency shelters as urban streets transformed into rivers. In Hebei's Fuping region, rainfall reached 145 millimeters per hour, fueling river surges and triggering landslides that severed roads and inundated villages.
桥已经塌了啊！桥已经塌了，千万别过了。
柱儿营的桥，奔柱儿营的桥已经断了，别行人包括车辆到这儿可以站脚了，别。
Evacuation orders were rapidly issued across multiple counties, including Yixian, Laishui, and Zhuozhu. Many rural villages were stranded as roads and bridges collapsed, cutting off access to essential aid. In Yazikun village, a decades-old bridge gave way under the force of the current, leaving only narrow footpaths for emergency workers. Taitan village residents were driven onto rooftops when water surged over 2 meters inside their homes before help could arrive.
看见没有？这房子都冲走了，房子还在水里。
Floodwaters devastated crops, homes, and livelihoods throughout the region. Power lines and communication systems failed in mountainous zones, severely complicating search and rescue efforts. Officials race to reinforce dikes, unclog drainage systems, and deliver emergency supplies to cut off communities. The situation remained critical as at least 15 rivers across the region exceeded flood warning levels.
快少来点！有！比较的都害怕把就漏的少说来点。
Several rivers continue to rise due to compounded inflows from storm runoff and controlled dam releases. Emergency crews are battling time to prevent further breaches and stem the flood's advance. This severe flooding aligns with a broader trend of increasing rainfall across northern China in recent years. In 2024, Hebei province experienced a 26% increase in annual precipitation compared to its 10-year average. Multiple weather stations reported record-breaking flood events across the region. Experts largely attribute these extremes to an intensified East Asian monsoon, worsened by climate change.
洪水已经灌进我们的小区，看看，泡了我们的车。
The National Water Resources Ministry has issued flood alerts across 11 provinces. Mountain torrents, river overflows, and geological hazards now threaten vast areas. In Beijing's Miyun district, over 3,000 people were evacuated after communication lines failed and entire villages lost power. Geological disaster alerts were declared, and floodwaters surged into the Miyun Reservoir at over 6,550 cubic meters per second. International bodies like the World Meteorological Organization and the United Nations emphasize the need for improved early warning systems. Coordinated dam operations were also cited as critical to mitigating chaos during extreme weather. Local analysts echoed these concerns, suggesting poor coordination may have worsened downstream impacts. In several cases, communities were caught entirely off guard by the speed of flooding. Many residents awoke to rushing waters invading their homes, with only minutes to react. The emotional trauma of watching homes vanish under a rising tide remains raw and unresolved.